If your clinic is not on page 1 of Google, you're invisible for most patients searching for your services. And in this video, I'm going to give you the guide on how to fix that. Today, we're going to be diving into exactly how physical therapy practices should be doing SEO in 2026. No fluff. Let's dive in. Google has changed what SEO means for local service businesses. They've recently announced that they're getting rid of the 10 blue links that we're all used to seeing, which means that local SEO and optimizing your business profile has never been more important. What you don't necessarily need to be focusing on is just ranking for random keywords, but instead ranking in your area in the top 3 for your most important search terms, the money keywords that are actually going to drive new patients into your clinic. If we look at the search results for a local search like physical therapy in Victoria, we can see how the page breaks down. Right up at the top, we have some ads, then we have the map pack, and then a handful of websites with a couple of more ads sprinkled in. So your goal with SEO is to show up both in the map pack and then on the first page in those list of website results. And for the clinics that are getting this right, they're ranking in the map pack, they're ranking in the organic website results, SEO becomes their #1 source of new patients. It beats out word of mouth and ads in any other marketing channel. And so here's an example of one of our clients where we have their local SEO dialed in. We've done a search for physiotherapy in their city, and you can see they have 2 out of the 3 map pack positions. We actually have an ad in the map pack as well. So that's 3 out of the 4 total positions are this clinic and their 2 locations. And then we rank #1 in the list of organic website results. So for this clinic and anybody searching for their service in that area, they are absolutely dominating the local SEO. And as a result, they are driving dozens of new patients every week just from SEO. So let's talk about this in 2 different ways, the map pack and the website results. Starting with the map pack, this is very much based on your Google business profile. You can no longer just set up a business profile and basically forget about it. This needs to be a core part of your local SEO strategy. And if you're looking to improve your SEO, this might be your highest leverage move right now. So let's start off with the basics. You need to make sure that you match your business name, address, and phone number exactly from your website to your business profile. And I mean exactly. Don't say unit 15 on one and then suite 15 on the other. Don't use a dash in one if you don't use it in the other. I mean literally exactly the same. And then you need to fill out the rest of the fields in that business profile. So have a keyword-rich, well-written description. Add your logo, add your photos, select the right categories and all of the relevant categories. This is especially important for multidisciplinary clinics. Fill out all of the different details and amenities, what kind of parking, what type of payment options you accept, what type of languages your team speaks, especially if you have multilingual teams. Go through and fill out every single detail that you can, even if it's seemingly minor. And so if you do all of this, you've got the basics down pat. But now we can take it a step further. You want to go through and list all of the services you provide. So within the categories, you can actually list specific services. So within the physical therapy category, you might have services like pelvic floor rehab and vestibular rehabilitation and sports therapy, you name it, list all of the services that you offer. And then make sure those services are also reflected on your website. But another key part of making a really effective business profile is keeping it active. When someone does a search for PT near me or physical therapy in your city, Google doesn't just show the closest clinic, right? Because then the list of results would just be a descending order of distance. But we know that's not the case. And so one of the things Google looks for is who has an active profile. And there's a couple of main reasons for this. First of all, there are tons, thousands of dead Google business profiles from companies that have closed all over the internet. And so Google doesn't want to serve those companies. And one of the best ways to show that you're still in business is by keeping an active profile. And so what does an active profile actually look like? We're talking weekly Google business listing posts, at a minimum 1 a week. Regularly adding new photos to your business profile. Add photos of your team, of your clinic, of your treatments. Anything that's a relevant photo that you can add, put that up there as well. It also includes things like making sure your hours stay up to date. So if you're closed for a holiday, make sure that's listed on your business profile. All of these things are going to signal to Google that not only do you care, but your business is still active, it's still open, and that's going to help you rank higher. Now, if you're not sure if your business profile is set up correctly, we actually offer clinics a free local SEO audit where we'll basically go through, we'll take a look at your business profile, your website, your local search rankings, any other digital marketing that we can find for your practice, and we'll give you a breakdown and a roadmap of how you're doing today, what can be improved, and where you can get to. So if you're interested, head over to our website and request that free audit for your clinic. So let's keep going on how to improve your business profile. One of the next things you need to have in place is a good system to generate 5-star reviews. Now, what's important here is a steady flow of reviews. And a simple way to think about it is, would you rather 50 reviews in one day or 1 review a day for 50 days? Now you might think, well, if I get 50 in one day, that's 49 days where I have more reviews than a clinic that gets 1 a day. But Google really wants to emphasize companies that are getting a steady flow of 5-star reviews versus just a one-time surge. Because especially for the spammy companies out there that are just buying reviews, that's a really clear sign to Google that, hey, did this person just go out and buy a bunch of reviews? And so rather than just sending an email blast to the last 100 patients that have been in your clinic, what you actually want is a system that strategically drips out review requests at key moments in the patient journey. And so one of the best ways to do this is with email and SMS automation. You can set up automation so that on a patient's 3rd visit or 4th visit, it automatically sends them an email and maybe the next day a text message that just says, hey, thanks so much for trusting us. If you've had a good experience, we would love it if you leave us a Google review. And you can even take this a step further by putting in a survey first that says, hey, how was your experience? Rate us out of 5. And then if they give you a 5, then you ask them for a review. And this helps you prevent asking someone who maybe didn't have a great experience to then leave you a 2-star review or a 3-star review. Another strategy you can use to help your business profile rank better is by getting listed on local and industry directory and citation websites. Directory websites are basically just sites that list businesses and helps categorize them by what they do and where they're located. And so one of the most common examples is Yelp. And so you absolutely want to have your clinic listed on Yelp. And again, with that exact same, that consistent name, address, and phone number. But there are tons, hundreds of directories out there. Now, you don't necessarily need to go out and get listed on all of the hundreds of directories. But at a minimum, pick the 10 or 20 or 30 most relevant, highest quality directories that you can list your practice on. This is going to give Google more evidence that you are who you say you are, you're located where you say you're located, you're still in business, and just drive more trust signals from around the internet that you have a legitimate company. Now, before we talk about optimizing your website, let's just chat about keyword research for a moment. I think one of the reasons why some clinic owners don't fully understand the opportunity that's in front of them with SEO is not understanding the actual search volume for some of these types of keywords. The number of people searching for physical therapy near me or physical therapy in Vancouver or your city. You know, we're not talking about 10 people a month searching this. We're talking about hundreds or thousands of people searching for the services you offer. And keyword research helps you identify how many people are searching, what types of services are they searching for, and then from there, that might actually inform the types of pages you're creating on your site, the types of keywords you're optimizing for. And so keyword research is a really important step. Now, don't just guess or assume. There are tons of tools out there that can help you with this. There are paid tools and there are free tools. And so go through and do a bit of homework. Now, let's talk about your website. We want to start by focusing on your homepage and your service pages. These are kind of your money pages. When it comes to really driving the most relevant traffic, chances are these are the pages that are going to do the heavy lifting. And so how do you optimize these pages? First of all, you need to incorporate local keywords. You need to include enough content so you don't have thin pages or basically just very sparse, light pages. You can include things like relevant Google reviews, the clinicians at your practice that offer that particular service. You can talk about what people should expect when they come to your clinic. You can answer FAQs or frequently asked questions. You can embed a Google map of your clinic or clinics if you're multiple locations. And so all of these types of things are going to help you optimize that page for local searches. One of the most common mistakes that we see when clinics come to us and get an audit of their website is that they literally don't mention where their practice is located. They talk about who they are and what they do and their team, and they literally do not even mention the city. And so it becomes very difficult for that page to rank for localized searches. And again, we're not trying to rank for these keywords across the nation. These pages, we simply need to rank in a 5 to 7 or 10 mile radius around your clinic. Another really common mistake that we see is having multiple pages that are competing for the same keyword. We call this keyword cannibalization because it's your own website competing against itself, having different pages on your website compete in Google against themselves to rank for the same keywords. The goal here is to have a single page that ranks for a single type of keyword. And so, for instance, we've seen things like a page for chiropractic care, a page for chiropractor in this city, and then another page for chiropractor near me. Well, these are all chiropractic intent searches. And so rather than having 3 different pages, each optimized and therefore competing with one another for chiropractic searches, you should have one page that's very well optimized. Now, for multi-location clinics, one really important strategy here is to set up what we call location pages. And so you might have clinics in 4 different cities, but you just have the one website. And so what you can do is take that one website and actually create pages that are optimized for each city. So physical therapy in city A, physical therapy in city B, and so on and so forth. Now, what's important here is to not just have a template where you simply swap out the city name and everything else is duplicated. Google has actually started to punish that strategy. What we instead want is a strong, unique page where you're talking about that particular clinic locations, what services you offer there, who the team is, parking information, directions, how to drive there. Maybe there's some key local landmarks you're close to, and any other relevant information that is specific to that location. And so now that we've got our core key money pages set up, let's talk about blog content. Even though Google has changed up the whole 10 blue links, that doesn't mean that blogging doesn't still have value. Of course, you can use blog posting to answer common questions and provide some patient education. But one of the key benefits here is that we actually want to build up topical authority. That is, we want Google to recognize our website as an authority in the space of physical therapy or healthcare. Plus, they allow you to build internal linking to other service pages on your website. And so there's a number of different benefits to blogging beyond just strictly getting the post to rank and driving traffic to the site. Now, the important thing to know here is that you don't want to just pump out AI slop. I'm sure as a healthcare provider, you've seen tons of how ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini can just get it wrong sometimes or use outdated information. And the truth is, Google has started to notice this as well. While it's great to use AI in the process and help you speed things up and maybe help you create an outline or provide guidance on what types of things to write about, you need to incorporate your expertise. And so for all of our clients where we're doing their SEO, we actually have a doctor of physical therapy who creates the blog content. So we've got our business profile dialed in, our website's looking better. Let's talk about 5 tools that can help you improve your SEO. Number 1 is Google Search Console. This is Google's organic search analytics platform. This is going to tell you exactly how you're ranking, what pages are ranking, what search terms you're ranking for, and then what your average position is for those search terms. Are you number 1 on average? Are you number 8 on average? Are you on the 4th page on average? And it also has a bunch of sort of technical SEO features built into the platform. It's completely free and is an incredibly useful tool for helping you improve your SEO for your practice. Another tool is Google Analytics. This is all about your website traffic. It's going to show you how many people visit your site from SEO or other channels, and it'll show you which pages they're getting on, how much time they're spending on those pages, how many people are converting, and it's going to give you some really useful insights into how effective your SEO is and how many leads you're getting from it. Another really useful tool is SEMrush. There's also a couple of other ones out there like SE Ranking or Ahrefs, and all of these tools sort of serve a similar purpose. They are SEO tools. They'll help you with keyword research, technical audits of your site, tracking how you're ranking for certain keywords over time so you can really see that progress. So let's talk about two more free tools that you can use to help improve your SEO. If you want to know how fast your website is loading, PageSpeed Insights is the perfect tool. It's completely free. You just plug in your URL and it'll give you a score out of 100 as to how quickly your website loads on desktop and on mobile. It's also going to tell you exactly what you need to do to improve the speed of your website, whether that's image optimization or compressing code in CSS or removing bloat. And then the last free tool in the list here is called Screaming Frog. In addition to having an awesome name, it's actually a really useful tool for more technical SEO. It crawls your website. It'll help you identify any broken links, any 301 redirects, pages without headings, and a ton of other useful information. And so if you're looking for a free tool to help you with the more technical side of SEO, Screaming Frog is an excellent option. And so there we have it. I mean, nothing beats free traffic for your practice, but the reality is it takes a lot of work to get there. Now, if you're wondering how your clinic is stacking up in terms of your local SEO and how exactly you can improve, we offer clinics a free marketing and SEO audit. We'll take a look at your local SEO, how you're ranking, your business profile, your website, all of the different things we've covered here today, and then some other factors as well. And we'll give you some really actionable advice. We'll show you what you're doing well and what you need to do to improve.